Welcome to this race entry tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to set up category groups. So you'll log into your account and then you'll see all of the races you've got this year. We're going to do Harris Turkey Trot today. These are all of our fake demo races that we just use for these tutorials. So let's do the Turkey Trot, and then you'll see on the dashboard I've got all of these categories, and if I wanted to put them into groups so it's a little bit easier to see on the dashboard, and also on the registration page instead of having a whole list. We can put them into groups so it's a little bit less overwhelming. You can create groups. So we're going to go to the sidebar menu and we're going to select edit registration and then add category groups. Now, none of these categories are associated with the group, so they're all going to show up in a list like this on the registration form. If I wanted to put them in groups, then only the ones that are associated with the visual group are going to show up. So let me show you an example. So we're going to put all of the 5K ones together, because I have like the 5K individual and the 5K team, for example. This can be helpful if you have like a 5K adult and a 5K youth category, but you still have an overall limit for that category. You can put that here. You're going to select what type of group. So it can be both, or it can just be visual. So that's how it shows up on the registration form, or it can be limit. And that's when there's an overall limit for this whole category group. If it's just limit, then nothing changes visually. Everything will still show up in the bullet point. But if it's visual, then only the categories that are part of a visual group are going to show up on the registration form. So I'm just going to show you what that looks like for both. And then this one, just to kind of clean up my dashboard view, I'm going to have this category also show up on my dashboard. We'll hit save. We'll go ahead and add another group here. We'll put all of my 10K stuff together. Okay, now I have these two other categories. Because these are both visual groups, these aren't going to show up on my registration form unless I put them in a group. So we're going to add a group here, and we're just going to call it other. And this one's just going to be visual. And then I'm not going to show it on the dashboard, just so you can see what that looks like when it's not on the dashboard. Okay, so we'll go ahead and save that. And now let's go back to the dashboard. All right, so now I have my category groups at the top here, so I can see an overall summary of what the registration looks like. And then I have, right now I'm looking at the ungrouped race categories down below for a breakdown. If I want to look at the 5K breakdown, I can just click the 5K, 10K, we'll click that, and then to see the ungrouped ones, we can do that. Click that again. Okay, now let me show you what it looks like on the registration page. All right, so this is the registration page, and now you see we've got our 3 groups here. So all of the 5K ones are in here, and since there's an individual category and a team category, then you select from there. For the 10K, these are categories like this. The 10K team is going to be assigned by the race, so that's why it looks different from this team, since the 5K teams are participant created. That's why that looks different. Okay, and then we click on other, since the 15K is a team 1, and again, this team 1 is participant created, not created by the race director. So that's what that looks like on the form. All right, so that's how that works. It can kind of clean up your registration page, so it's a little bit less overwhelming and easier to navigate. It can clean up your dashboard. So you're getting that bigger picture of your race at the top there. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good one.